Heydel-Mankoo. He is the editor of Burke's Peerage and Gentry. Sir, what do you know about these parties? What have they been in the past?
Well, they're held once every 2 years, as you've quite rightly said, and they are quite lavish affairs. The typical stiff upper lip is loosened for an evening. The champagne flows freely, and the Queen gives all of her staff Christmas puddings. They used to be from Fortnum and Mason's, owned by the Canadian Western family, but in recent years she's gone to another brand of Tesco. But there have been reports of royal servants and members of the royal family dancing together, so quite a happy, merry affair.
And was this open in any way to the media? No pictures, or what happened?
No, these are private events, private affairs, a chance for the royal household from Buckingham Palace, from Windsor Castle, Balmoral and other royal estates all to get together and have a special evening with their sovereign in a very informal gathering, a sort of treat for them.
And so this was all put on by the Queen, funded by her?
This comes out of the Queen. The Queen pays for these parties out of her own pocket. Nothing is paid for by the state or by the taxpayer. It's a gift from her to her servants.
And when we say servants, employees of the Queen attend, is that everybody? And their spouses or, you know, girlfriends, boyfriends, what have you?
Yeah, they're around, well, it depends on the year and so forth, but 600 people to 1,000 people will attend, and certainly spouses will be present, and extended sort of, all sorts of levels of staff will come, not just the elite upper sets of Buckingham Palace, but certainly all down the social ladder in all the royal residences.
This has been confirmed, right, that this party is not going to happen? Has that been made public yet by the palace?
Yes, well, I mean, quite frankly, you know, Britain is, of all the world's major economies, going through the most dire period, and on October the 20th, the government's going to be announcing the most draconian spending review probably in history, with public sector unemployment scheduled to rise dramatically, and so many cutbacks being made that the Queen quite rightly thought, given that current economic climate, spending $80,000 Canadian, which is the cost that it would have been to put on a party, wouldn't have been wise or prudent or very sensitive. And the Queen is very conscious of the importance of leading by example, and so I think she understood that the public might not be too appreciative of such an extravagant display.
You know, an outsider could have thought other things, that, you know, maybe the Queen is feeling the pinch herself economically, or maybe the Queen's just tired and she's had enough of these parties. But you're saying that she just wants to lead by example? If we're going to get austere, we're going to get austere, and I'm going to help go down that road with you.
Yeah, well, I definitely don't think the Queen is tired. The Queen is always up for a party and understands the importance of rewarding and looking after her staff. But certainly the Queen isn't as rich as everyone likes to make out. And for the last few years, the Queen has been covering up for a shortfall in her expenses. She hasn't had a pay rise, if we can use that term. The civil list, which is the government's payout to the Queen, hasn't risen since 1990. So despite having made draconian cutbacks in Buckingham Palace and the royal household, the Queen is trying to live in 2010 on a budget that was designed for 1990, despite the inflationary increases that have gone up by 80%. So she's digging into her own personal reserves to about £7 million a year just to keep the ship afloat. So perhaps a £50,000 savings on a Christmas party is also something she was thinking about.
Rafe Heydel-Mankoo, editor of Burke's Peerage and Gentry. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.